Hey, how's it going everyone? This is YLAM here. In today's crypto vlog, I do want to give you a roundup of the week because it was a very interesting week. And I also want to talk about DeFi and its relationship with Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So this week we did have a market correction. So we started off the week pretty much right at $9,000 and we did have a dip all the way to like $7,600 is what I saw. So that was basically a month and a half worth of gains lost during the week, and it was a good correction and we recovered from it very quickly, moving on up back to where we were at the beginning of the week. So overall, it was a really good gut check and it really provided a lot of good buying opportunities for Bitcoin and a lot of other cryptocurrency. So for the month, I was actually down a little bit in terms of putting money in, but with the dip, I actually put in $400 right around this point to actually buy cryptocurrency, and I'm definitely benefiting from that right now. So as you can see, as we end March, we are definitely still up, but you can definitely tell that we're starting to slow down in terms of market gains. And honestly, from January all the way till March, if we ended the year with $9,000, that would have been a really great year. To be only in March and to have this much gains, it really does speak to how much cryptocurrency has gained and how many people are actually participating. It's going to be very interesting to see where the market will go from here on out, because we are definitely seeing a slowdown. So from here to the end of December, we're going to see whether or not we can continue to progress in gains, because at a certain point there is going to be a stop, and it'll be interesting to see where that's going to be and how the market's going to trend afterwards on that. Another thing to note this week is that Coinbase continues to add new cryptocurrencies to their list that they're supporting, and Anchor is one of them, and I've already put in $100 of investment in that, and I'll speak to that in another video on how I decide to actually put more money into a speculative buy. There is kind of a way that I do it, and you definitely want to have a strategy on how you want to speculate buy. So on to the main topic for this video, which is me wanting to talk about Bitcoin and how it relates to DeFi, which is decentralized finance. So one of the things that we did see this week was a lot of people were talking about the $6 billion buy option. It's something for you to read about, and a lot of people were speculating this is what caused the Bitcoin decline. It's definitely something that you want to read into, and you can make up your own mind on whether or not this caused the correction or not, but it definitely was a contributing cause. But the reason why I want to talk about this is that while Bitcoin is very important, and I give it all of the credit in the world, what this shows is that decentralized finance isn't as decentralized as a lot of people want to think or believe. Because if you put Bitcoin on its own pedestal, in other words, you elevate Bitcoin above all of the rest of the cryptocurrencies, it becomes a linchpin to decentralized finance. If you were a government, a large institution, or just a really wealthy person, if you wanted to have a major role in decentralized finance, you don't really need to control DeFi. All you really need to do is control Bitcoin, and you would have a direct and very impactful influence on DeFi, because all roads lead to Bitcoin. This is the reason why when I talk about Bitcoin, I always caution people about putting Bitcoin as the most important cryptocurrency, because if you do that, then decentralized finance will never be able to live up to its goals or its dreams, because it's too easy to control through Bitcoin. As Bitcoin becomes more accepted with governments and large institutions, they recognize the ability to influence decentralized finance just by exerting a lot of control over Bitcoin. And that's something, as a cryptocurrency believer or enthusiast or whatever you want to say, you really don't want that. You really need to have a large pool of cryptocurrencies that are at the same level of Bitcoin. And really right now, the only one that can actually be compared to that is Ethereum. And if you look at some of the decision making, the governance that's being currently directed, they are being pulled in a lot of directions, and there is a lot of influence being exerted on Ethereum right now. And it'll be very interesting to see how that team really reacts to that pressure and that influence. And we'll see where Ethereum ends up at the end of this year. But these are kind of food for thought things that you really want to just step back a little bit and think about. Anyhow, that's all I want to cover for this video. I hope you're doing well out there, and I'll see you in the next one.